Warning: some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
From every angle, this is how the shooting at the Correspondents' Dinner unfolded.
Where's it at?
Was the shooting at the White House Correspondent Dinner this past weekend really what they're saying it was? Or was it faked, staged, carefully orchestrated conspiracy? Is what they're telling you even true? Tonight, we dive deep into the chaos, the claims exploding online, and what we actually know. Stick with me as we break it all down with behind-the-scenes video and a step-by-step timeline of the events. This could be the most important 10 minutes of your life.
Donald J. Trump. It'll be funny, it'll be entertaining. There will be some shots fired tonight in the room. So everyone should tune in. It's going to be really great. I'm looking forward to hearing it.
It looks like he checked it twice.
Lieutenant Hudson, you monitoring this there?
My personal take on this, there were many fails, things that should have been done differently, one of which involves the Butler security team involved in setting up the security. Second, those staying at the hotel shouldn't have had access, should have been a separate entrance altogether. Most importantly, why do people feel the uncontrollable desire to assassinate a president? Dangerous rhetoric from the left that exceeds just simple slander and disagreement? We've seen this with another instance, and that same dangerous rhetoric cost one man his life, and now his widow, who will live with the constant terror of that day.
I just want to go find so there aren't uprisings all over the country, maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
They go low, we kick.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
On the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face!
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
I would like to note this one thing that stood out to me that's, I believe, worth mentioning, among many others. But that night, the selfless, heroic actions of the Secret Service and how Pete Hegseth walked through that crowd like a boss, seemingly unshaken, the true definition of badass. Most importantly, how God has his hand of protection on our president and our country, because assassination of a president wouldn't just end his life, but would be extremely devastating for our country.
Just after 8:30, this was the scene, set for the annual dinner. 2,500 in the room. In the lobby at the security checks, a man runs through the metal detectors. Shots are heard. It takes a moment for people in the room to react. The First Lady seems to be the first at the top table to realise what happened, she says. Look at this angle, 8:35. J.D. Vance, the Vice President, in the foreground. Then President Trump rushed out next. He falls to the floor in the chaos.
What appeared to be shots fired at the White House Correspondents Dinner. It's just gone. 20-9. What looked like Secret Service making their way through to the centre of the area now.
The nation's top politicians rushed away.
Are you okay, sir? Were you hurt?
They'd been seated as guests at various different tables.
We're all being told to stay in the ballroom at the moment. You can see just how many people are here. An extraordinary moment. The annual White House Correspondents Dinner brought to a very, very frightening halt.
Just outside the ballroom where the shots had been fired, a suspect on the ground. The president, by now secure and back on his social media, posting these two images of Cole Tomas Allen, a 31-year-old from California.
Law enforcement has requested that we leave the premises consistent with protocol. And he wanted to emphasize that nobody was hurt. He and the First Lady, the cabinet, everybody's safe.
We've all been ushered out of the Washington Hilton now, and the president has announced that he will do a news conference at the White House in half an hour's time, so we're going to head there now.
Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close. My impression is he was a lone wolf, whack job.
Well, that was a memorable news conference, for sure, not only because it happened so quickly after the shooting, the president being ushered out, whisked out of the ballroom, driven from the Hilton back here to the White House, and then pretty much straight into the press room to deliver that news conference. But look at who was around him as well. His wife, the First Lady, was there. The Vice President flanked him as well, and so many other senior members of the cabinet. Really unusual, remarkable. But I think more broadly, you know, just to reflect on what the president is describing as another assassination attempt against him, one that this time so many of us witnessed as well.
The hate has to stop. For years, we've heard Trump called every name in the book, that a threat to democracy, even worse, accusations like being a PDF file. While he's spoken harshly about his public critics, but he has never called for harm or death against anyone. That kind of constant demonization poisons the air. Trump is a fighter, that's true. Slander him, and yeah, he'll hit back. But we saw with Biden, plenty of us didn't like his policies, and we even thought they hurt the country. But we got through it. We got through it without violence. We survived. Even if you can't stand Trump, think bigger. A successful presidential assassination wouldn't just be a tragedy for one man. It would devastate our country and weaken us on the world stage at a dangerous time. We need more love for America than hate for any president. Let me know your thoughts. Was this real or fake, and why? Do you think the dangerous rhetoric is putting people's lives in danger? Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up along with your comment. And as always, do your own research. Stay grounded in the truth. And again, thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay strong, and we'll catch you in the next video.